Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Jess, and what I like to do here on my channel is to help simplify the beauty and skincare world for you, one video at a time. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I canceled all of my subscription boxes. So let's get into it. I have had many subscription boxes over the years. The longest standing one was Ipsy for 4 years, or 4.5 years really. And I first subscribed to Ipsy when my daughter was just born, and I wanted to kind of expand my makeup collection and my makeup knowledge. So I started watching YouTube a lot, and I watched 11th Gorgeous, and they were doing a Ipsy versus Birchbox battle, and so I decided to sign up for Ipsy. I actually have a whole video of my favorites from my subscription boxes. So if you haven't seen that video, I will link it below, and I'm kind of going to go off, like refer back to that video a little bit, but don't worry, if you don't want to watch it, it's not necessary, but I'm just going to kind of be explaining the more thought process that went into it, and that video might kind of help. So like I said, I first had Ipsy, and then I believe I signed up for Birchbox, and then BoxyCharm, and then Look Fantastic, and then Beauty Fix, and then Allure, and then Julep, and at some point between all those, Sephora. They were supposed to just be kind of momentary things. I remember for my birthday last year thinking, oh, I'm going to sign up just for a couple months for my birthday, and it ended up being a little bit longer than that. Okay, so I want to talk about what I feel like are pros and cons to subscription boxes before I explain why I canceled mine. Just because I don't want this to be bashing everybody who loves subscription boxes, but I just also want to give a more balanced thought about, the pros and cons. I actually just watched one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Hannah. She's a smaller channel, but she is doing a no-buy year this year, starting in January and all the way through, and she has awesome videos. She's so good for if you need a little bit of help reining in that desire to purchase. She's obviously not buying anything, and she gives very encouraging and also shows you how you can still have enjoy your life without purchasing things. She did a why she doesn't have subscription boxes, and I can link that video below. And I thought it was kind of funny because I've actually tried to sit down and film this video for months and I just have not been able to put the right words into a video, and so I'm trying it again, and then she came out with that. It kind of re-inspired me to make this video. Okay, so on to the pros and cons of subscription boxes, in my opinion. So beauty subscription boxes, I believe, are great for those who would want product type and brand exposure to things that you may not be exposed to or may not pick up on your own. So this is for somebody with a smaller collection of products, somebody like me a couple years ago who only had a little makeup bag full of products. And if that's you and I'm not at all saying that you should have a big makeup collection, but I had this little bag of makeup products, and I was like, I kind of want to try something more. And so I think subscription boxes are great for that, because if you feel really overwhelmed going into a store and aren't sure what you should get, then you could get a subscription box that will send you things that you can try out. And they may be things that you are a little bit more out of your comfort zone, but you are trying it out because it's being sent to you. And also from brands that you may never have purchased because maybe they're out of your price range. So that's another thing. I think subscription boxes are great for people who really only want to spend a little bit of money and get a greater return monetary-wise. Not necessarily value, because we all value things differently. But I think that it's great if you feel like you're going to go to the store and you're spending $20, $25 on products that you end up just hating and realizing, oh, this wasn't, good, then it's actually, saving you money per se by spending $10 a month to receive these other products. It's not a guarantee that you're going to like all the products that are in your subscription boxes, but you're spending less. The last pro, I think, is an interesting one, and one that Hannah describes very well in a recent video as well, and that is the momentary spark of pleasure. And this is pleasure versus happiness, and they are a little bit different. So the pleasure that you get when you receive a package, when you see it on your doorstep or when you see it in your mailbox, there's something that's awesome because even though we're more like grown adults, it's still really nice to receive gifts, to receive mail that's not just junk mail or bills or whatnot. And so it's really neat to just have that little gift, to be able to open something and to have new products every single month. There's a momentary joy, pleasure that comes from these new products. So that's my final pro to subscription boxes. So now on to the cons for beauty subscription boxes. The first one is just an accumulation of a lot of product. And I remember before I realized that I could sell these little products or swap them on a Facebook site, that I was like, what am I doing with all these products? I just kept them in a bag and I let my friends and family go through them, but they were, just sample size stuff and stuff. I just had accumulation of a lot of things because if you just have Ipsy, you're getting 5 things a month. So I had a lot of things. So if you don't like a lot of clutter, it does accumulate pretty fast. Another con is that I didn't always like things that I got. Most of the time, I didn't. If you saw my favorites video, you'll see that I really don't have a lot of favorites, especially from certain boxes. That money that I put out for that box, I actually could have, so let's say that I put out $25 for BoxyCharm. But BoxyCharm's products may not be the best quality or may not be what I really wanted. And so I'm just kind of, have these less than stellar products, whereas I could have used that $25 and gone out and got a Tarte palette or something like that, and have been really excited because I chose that. I knew what I wanted and I knew what was lacking in my collection of products, and that's what would have been a little bit better for my $25. So going along the same thought process, I'm going to let you know what I spent on subscription boxes last year. Over the last year, I spent over $1,400 on subscription boxes. Honestly, I had no idea I was spending that much money. If you think about when you sign up for a box, you're thinking, oh, it's only $10 a month. Oh, it's only this, it's only this little bit of money. And I'm going to spend that much on makeup anyways, or I'm going to spend that much, because I love this stuff and I want to grow my collection. So it's only this little bit of month. But especially like the $25 a month ones, that adds up really quickly. So I had to think to myself, I looked at all of those products, all the favorite products that I showed you in my last video. Would I give somebody, if they said, look at all these products, now write me a check for $1,400? Be like, no. So I'm not saying that I wasn't happy to get those favorite products, because as I mentioned before, like the cushion highlighter, I probably never would have tried a cushion highlighter, but now I realize I love in a highlighter. And so the exposure to the product type is really, it's hard to put a price value on, but especially for where I am now, the reason I canceled this year is because I have developed enough product type knowledge in my head to realize I don't need to keep accumulating things. And if somebody were to give me a whole new slew of makeup and stuff for $1,400, I would say, no thank you. I definitely have enough. I have more than enough to satisfy me, and I have no idea actually what you're giving me. Who knows if I'm actually going to like that stuff, and I don't want all that to accumulate and me to either have to sell it or, I can give stuff away, and that's always fun. What if it's not a good product? I've never tried it, and that wouldn't be a good gift. What if it's a really crappy thing and now I just gave it as a gift and the person's like, geez, thanks, like I really don't like this. So now I only give gifts that I've tried before that I know I really like and hope that they'll like. So anyways, so I have all these products and I just don't need it all. I realized that even all those brushes and all those things, to spend $1,400 on that is a lot of money that could be put to better use. Or to even if I did spend $1,400, that somebody said you can either have all of this or a $1,400 gift card to Ulta, I would be like, give me that gift card, because then I can, go and purchase things that I know that I like. Now again, I said that it's hard to put value, at least for me, on product discovery or product type discovery because I was so new to the makeup world and skincare world. I wasn't sure really what I would like, and so that was nice, and I have taken away a lot of a better idea of what I like and what I don't like, but I just don't know if it's worth $1,400. I probably would have been just better off, you know, signing up for one box than all of those boxes. Which brings me to my next point. I don't know if you're familiar with the website, which is an awesome website, but it's called mysubscriptionaddiction.com. And they give previews of all of the subscription boxes that are out there, and which is awesome for me because I don't really need to have a surprise. I like to kind of know what I'm receiving to know if I'm really going to be excited about it or not. Also to be able to review things. But the title, the actual name, My Subscription Addiction, is a real thing. So I mentioned about that momentary pleasure, that feeling of pleasure before, and that honestly is what brings addiction to most things. I know I'm gonna go a little bit deep here. I'm not trying to point fingers, I'm actually pointing it back at myself, because while I did start with Ipsy and I was very content with Ipsy, and Ipsy was exposing me to a lot of different brands and products, I ended up becoming pretty addicted to subscription boxes and to purchasing things, buying things, getting new things, which never was really in me. If you knew me 4 years ago, I just had a little makeup bag and I was completely content with that. For my wedding, if you look at my wedding pictures, I barely have any makeup done. I did my own hair, I did my own makeup with my little makeup bag, and that was me. I was okay with that. That didn't bring me any stress or distress or any sadness because that was just who I am. And I'm not saying that I'm upset with myself for loving beauty products. You know, that's okay. I enjoy looking put together more, and this is the season in life that I'm in. Maybe in another 4 years I'll be like, here's my little makeup bag and I gave everything else away. I'm not sure. All I know is that subscription boxes fed my addiction for purchasing things and receiving new things. I've thought about going on no buys very frequently, especially watching Hannah's videos, and I thought, you know, that means I'd have to cancel my subscription boxes, or I wouldn't have to, but in my head I would, and like that kind of brought me sadness. Like, yeah, it was really a weird emotional thing. So if you're struggling, like even with finances or with just that addiction to want to keep buying things, I would just, that's definitely a con to me with subscription boxes. If somebody else who has more of a balanced approach to it, I'm sure would be fine and not fall into that addiction, just like all other type of addictions. We're not all addicted to the same things, right? So, you know, I'm not saying that stay away from it because that's what you're gonna do. I'm just saying for me personally, that's again another reason why I canceled, because I realized I had so much stuff and I was almost needing it and fed off of it, and was looking at that website, My Subscription Addiction, like every night, wondering if there was a new sneak peek at what I'm going to get in my box. And that's just not very healthy for me. So I know that at least it's a good first step of canceling these subscription boxes, because that was a personal struggle for me, and I do want to get back to being more content and not having that lust for the pleasure of something new. I want to really find contentment in what I have, and even though I feel like, well, I'm making YouTube videos now and I have Instagram and I want to, you know, have enough stuff to review, yeah, I do, but maybe in a lot more moderation. I am a blinders on passionate person. When I get like something, it's like full blown, that's what I focus on, which, you know, it's a little dangerous when it comes to unhealthy habits. So for me, that is the final reason why I decided to cancel my subscription boxes. And I'm not going to say that I won't ever have one again. I know that my most viewed videos are the Beauty Fix unboxings, so it's a little bit just counterintuitive for me to want to do that. I do care about you guys and what you guys want to see, but I also care about my mental health, and just I feel like I'll be able to, you know, bring even different content. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was useful, and I'm sure that I am not the most popular voice out there about these things, but I would love to know your thoughts too. You know, are you thinking about canceling, or are you thinking about joining some? I'm just curious to know. So thank you again so much for watching, and I hope that you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.